ERDIC supports disaster relief in a lot of ways. So the Corps of Engineers actually supports FEMA in its mission to responding to disasters. And what the ERDIC can do, we can do modeling and simulation so we can predict what the inundation levels or the water levels will be after a flood or a surge. We can come up with temporary bridging strategies to cross rivers and streams as the real bridges get washed away. We come up with reach-back capabilities so the people in the field who desperately need solutions can call right back into us and come up with solutions that they're facing every day. So we support disaster response in all kinds of ways through the Corps of Engineers and others in providing that kind of relief.
If there is a natural disaster and something that the military needs to respond to, we have capability within ERDIC to estimate what those impacts are, but also estimate the timing and the scale and the response that's required. So the ERDIC has capability for assessing food, water, energy under changing environmental conditions. We do vulnerability assessments.
In a river flood situation, you might have areas where you have high water, you may have inundation. You want to look at how that overlays with your population centers, your critical infrastructure. Total Watershed Decision Support is an integrated system of models starting from the upper watershed, so you have the precipitation, rainfall, snowfall, stream flow network that comes through, flows over land into rivers, and then down to the coast where you have waves and storm surge, tides. And then through the modeling, we would come up with almost a stoplight system. Green, things are good, red, things are bad. So they could look at how these different parameters overlay each other to tell where they might have problems coming up.
With 3D printing, what it allows us to do is rather than do the traditional concrete formwork that you see in most construction, is we have a system where just like your little 3D printer that you see on TV, but now it's scaled up, and we're able to print that structure one small layer at a time. Well, the benefits of 3D printing is, one, we believe we'll be able to use locally sourced materials, so we don't have to ship them in from the United States or other areas of the world. So 3D printing also reduces the amount of labor required to put up a structure, because in those environments, especially in a disaster relief scenario, there's no local labor available. Everyone is just trying to recover. The fewer labor resources you have to engage, the quicker you can get critical infrastructure in place.
With building supplies in particular, they're pretty bulky and represent a significant logistics burden. You would take waste products in an area like brush or maybe even shipping pallets that were used to deliver other products, grind those up using something similar to a wood chipper, and then coat that material with microbes that then can be used to grow in a micellular structure that has properties very similar to foam board insulation.
So I'm standing here in front of the improved ribbon bridge, which is a portable bridge the Army has in its inventory. Now this bay can fold up into small pieces. It can be transported by truck or helicopter and assembled in a river to cross rivers of any width. And what we're doing at ERDIC is trying to do testing to take it to the next level. We're conducting hydraulic and structural modeling to see what the limits of the bridge are and just how fast of a flow and how heavy a weight this bridge really can support safely.
Natural disasters affect water treatment plants. They make it very difficult to provide the local citizenship with clean water. This is called the Decontamination Effluent Treatment System. It can treat virtually anything, including bleach, including soaps that are in the water. It's a very robust system. It's what we call an agnostic system. This can treat anything, any kind of water. It doesn't care what chemical it is, it can treat it.
Another piece of technology we have is it's called the hybrid power trailer. Think of it as a Prius for operating in remote environments. The generator only runs at top efficiency to charge the batteries, and when the batteries are charged, that supplies the power to the actual facility. This particular system will reduce your fuel demand over a standard generator by 80%. Instead of your fuel supply lasting for 2 days, it would now last for 10 days.
What the ERDIC does is to provide assistance in things like water and bridging and communications, critical things that you need immediately following disaster and then as we respond to that disaster.